Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. So with Williams on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. They've got Smith. Olajuwon is out there with Anthony. Then there's Nowitzki. And it's Ball in at the one spot. And for the Timberwolves, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Randall out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's McDaniels in at the small forward position. Connects from three-point range.
Melo not afraid to pull the trigger from deep, that time from three.
Now here's Conley. Pass to Edwards. Conley with the screen on Smith. Edwards dishes to Conley. Shoots over Ball. Conley's shot is off.
And that was almost a block. Still did enough to alter the shot.
Yeah, altering the shot just as long as there's a miss, that kind of energy not wasted.
And there's one aspect of the game LaMelo's not going to ignore, keeping his teammates involved and the offense working as a unit.
And here's Randall following the three-pointer by Carmelo Anthony. No one near Edwards as he lets it fly. And he can't answer back the three-pointer offline. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot. And what a creative finisher. Edwards is so fast in how he gets up to throw it down.
Houston has come out of the gates quickly. 4-point game. And here's Anthony from the arc. Anthony missing again.
Really excellent defense there. They know he's capable of knocking it down from the outside, and they could not have played him better.
Here's McDaniels. Great look, but off the mark. The three ball. Again, the miss by Anthony. Here's Minnesota. So they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Dillingham's checked in. And Greg, talk about a guy who can create for himself. Dillingham can already score on elite defenders.
Yeah, and Kevin, a lot of that is his footwork. You can see the hours he's put into it. And then add in the body control and quickness. Good luck slowing this young man down.
Bradley Beal's checked in for Smith. And an intentional foul right there. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Houston.
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Well, not only that, but you love how unselfish they've been to start this game. That's going to get all the guys in a great flow and feeling good. So moving that ball around and scoring off assists, it's a nice way to play.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Randall. And a switch here also for Houston. DeRozan's checked in. For Minnesota, they have looked good at the line tonight. They're perfect in 4 attempts. He throw good, Edwards.
And talented in so many ways. Edwards is focusing on two things: the refining of his shot mechanics and the sustained level of engagement.
A great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
First one falls for him. That one is no good. Pass the ball. Now here's Anthony. There's the three. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Timberwolves. They trail by 3. For Minnesota, they have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8.
That's the ball for your home team. Anthony. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Edwards.
And team-wide, they've been terrific from the line here. Just one of those nights when the confidence has spread from one player to the next.
Randall's checked in for the Timberwolves.
And what you love about Edwards is how intense he is. Guy plays hard every minute he's on the floor.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. For Minnesota, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances. And it's tied up with that one. Naz Reid, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Edwards. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Wasted no time on that one. Anthony's got 15 points.
Quick thinking from Anthony. He's so good at going right up with that shot.
And now we've got the intentional foul. That free throw, no good. And he's good on the second. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Houston. This one for three. And Anthony with the basket on the assist from Ball. 18 points for him.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
No, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
So he makes one of two as the second one misses.
DiVincenzo, I think, is starting to take a lot of pride in the fact that he could do a lot of little things for the basketball team that add up. He scores, he can get some rebounds, and get some assists. He's a weapon.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. And so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game. And he makes the first. And so he hits both. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Anthony's shot is off. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Houston leads by 4. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. Thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. And looking at what we've seen from Houston, what do you guys think?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
They've got Dante DiVincenzo. Reed is out there with Julius Randle. Then it's Dillingham, and it's Alexander Walker in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
And sometimes the simplest play is the best one. DiVincenzo made it.
Offensive rebound. Back to Ball. Pass to Anthony. There's the triple. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got assist number 8 here in this one already. And they go to the intentional foul. Minnesota making a switch. Conley's checked in. Here's Conley. Still without a basket. That's good. The Houston lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from Randle.
Somebody not alert to block out the wide frame of Julius Randle, who gets in there after the loose ball.
It's good from long range.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Ball, no good.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
And that's an intentional foul. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Looking for a breather. And maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. Gobert's checked in for Naz Reid. We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Houston leading by 5. The 3 from Anthony. And another 3 for Houston.
Right now, Melo is just feeling it, scoring at will and dominating the offense.
One thing about LaMelo Ball, he can really take over at times, Greg, when he's healthy and playing well.
And a lot of that is just his feel for the game. He processes quickly and then has the talent to execute. It's pretty hard to stop him when he's in the flow.
Minnesota making a switch here. Edwards is checked in.
And for him, that is an ugly trip to the line. Rarely do you see him do that.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. This is his first free throw of the game. The first free throw is good. That one misses. And now the fast break. Anthony.
Oh, man. Fans love that. Listen to that. I love that sound in the arena. That's ferocious Melo with some hang time and just crushes the jam.
And he commits the intentional foul.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Joe Ingles comes in for Randle. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And a switch here also for Houston. Ja Morant, he's checked in for Hardaway.
And they are starting to pull away here as the shots continue to fall.
Start to feel their confidence. That's the difference between the success they're having now and the struggles they faced earlier.
This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line.
His offensive approach tonight has been aggressive, and it's paid off with a lot of trips to the line.
And the first one at the line is good. And Edwards drops them both. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. And here's Anthony for 3. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got his 6th rebound on the night, and now we've got the intentional foul. What a contribution at the line so far, going 10 for 10. First free throw is good. And Edwards drops them both. Houston leading by 6. Pass the ball. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Gobert's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Randall's checked in for Minnesota. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. And the first one drops. Minnesota making a switch here. McDaniels checked in. And Edwards drops them both. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Ball with the bucket.
The corner is not a problem for Ball. He's confident he can make that.
And so they foul intentionally. This is his second trip to the line in this one. Free throw good, Conley. And so Mike Conley nails both of them. Houston leading by 3. And Houston calls their first timeout of the game.
And starting to send guys to the line way more than they need to. Let's get some good position defense going here. That should be the emphasis and get away from the sloppy fouls.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Outside, Ball. A 3. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got 8 rebounds in this game. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. Minnesota with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. And so they choose to intentionally foul. Free throw good, Edwards. That one drops. He ties it up.
And really the smart thing would be to hold for the last shot.
And every second right now is valuable to you. That should be their strategy.
Ball with the bucket.
And Ball continues to show he can drain threes. The defense must adjust or he is going to keep doing damage.
For your home team, Anthony.
And he knocks down the first one. And he makes both free throws. It's tipped. Second personal foul. 8 seconds left to play here in the half. And that's an intentional foul. And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. And Edwards drops them both. 8 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Now a timeout called by Houston. Anthony finds Ball from deep three-point territory. Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. He has really delivered at the offensive end. He's torched them for 24 points so far. Back right after this. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
You know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
Now, you can get into a passing rhythm, and so far all of his have been on point.
Here is Edwards. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Morant. And so he's picked up his final foul. He will sit for the rest of this game. Houston making a switch. Beal's checked in. So with Williams on the bench, this is Phil Jackson's lineup. All out there with Bradley Beal. Then it's Elijah Wan. Then it's Anthony. And it's Nowitzki in at the center position. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And they go to the intentional foul. Anthony against McDaniel. And an intentional foul right there. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. He misses the free throw. Houston making some changes. Porzingis comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. And Chandler Parsons in for Elijah Wan. Houston trails by 3. Anthony kicks the ball. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 4 assists in the game.
So often LaMelo is the setup man. There, he's on the finishing end.
And that's an intentional foul. So far in the game, he's gone 2 for 4 from the free throw line. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
Big trip to the line. He did not get all of them, but at least they hold the lead now.
Ball, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And so they foul intentionally. The first one falls. Second free throw, no good. Pass to Anthony. A shot. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Ball's got it all tied up now for Houston.
Melo dishing that one out, not just a scorer, finding a teammate on that possession.
And now we've got the intentional foul. Tonight he's gone 3 of 6 from the line. And that one falls for Conley.
Boy, it's been so hard to watch at times. I mean, he's missed so many of his foul shots tonight. Good to see him finally come through there. And he hasn't had his usual rhythm thus far from the line. I think he's getting back into it with those two. The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
And he commits the intentional foul. He's gone 5 of 8 free throws shooting in the game.
At the line for 2, Mike Conley.
And he makes the first. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And so here is Houston. 3 from the inbound. And another 3 for Houston.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from him.
He's been spending quite a bit of time at the foul line. This is trip number 6.
And he looks totally out of sorts here at the stripe. Those defenders aren't afraid at all to body him up and force him to earn his points at the line.
And Randall has got the ball here for the Timberwolves. It's a 1-point game. J.R. Smith's checked in for Lou Williams. He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. That free throw good from Randall. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
He was able to tie it up. He has to be disappointed that he could not give his team the lead.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
First one falls for him. And Conley drops them both. .131 left in the third. Ball no good. So it's the Timberwolves now. They trail by 1. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And he's had an attacking mindset all game, and it's got him to the line over and over. Those could be valuable points.
Ball from long range. Hits the three-point bomb. Ball's got 26 points.
And we've come to expect big things from LaMelo offensively. He loves to attack you on that end.
Free throw good, Edwards. Dillingham's checked in for Mike Conley. And Edwards drops them both. And here's Houston. They lead by 1. Back to Anthony. Houston moving the ball around. Out to the right wing. There's Ball with the 3. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. He's got 29 points.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
At the line for your home team.
And that one falls for Dillingham. No good on the second free throw. Houston leading by 3. Pass the ball. From outside the arc. And another 3 for Houston.
Ball shooting for him might not be textbook, but all that matters is that it's effective.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Free throw good, Edwards. And Edwards drops them both. And so it's Houston with it. 4-point game. There's Ball with the 3. They get it back. Anthony kicks to Ball. Cans it from downtown. Ball's got 35.
And how aggressive has he been on the offensive end? Over half the team's points have been his.
And they go to the intentional foul. Free throw good, Edwards. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for McDaniels. Houston leading by 5. Outside Anthony. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. And an intentional foul right there. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line. And he knocks down the first one. Minnesota making some changes. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. McDaniels comes in for Alexander Walker. And it's Mike Conley in for Dillingham. Left side, Ball. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Ball's got 38 points.
Oh, sweet pull-up game from LaMelo. The young man has so much confidence in his ability.
And that's an intentional foul. And the first one at the line is good. And Edwards drops them both. And so it's Houston with it. They've led by as much as 10. And another 3 for Houston.
And you can see he's found his rhythm here in the 3rd quarter. You can just sense the uptick in confidence. Everything he puts up from long range seems to be going.
First free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Houston leading by 5. Here's Ball. And Ball slams it in.
And a little bit of showmanship from Ball on that slam, displaying some athletic ability.
And the first one drops. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Now a timeout called by Houston. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Ball no good. Free throw good, Edwards. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. The first free throw is good. And Edwards drops them both. Now a timeout called by Houston.
And coach is looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments. Hold the right strings. That's what they love to do.
Long range from the inbound. Wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
The defense has to be besides themselves there. Terrific shot to close out the quarter by him.
And so it... And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we note, is peripheral vision.
3/10 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Handle out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley in at the point guard position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
First team foul.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Randall. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Third personal foul. Third team foul.
To the paint. And Randall throws it down.
And this is the effort you want to see out of your guys, win or lose.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Houston.
Their fast break plays have seemed unstoppable. They just keep finding ways to overrun the defense here in transition.
Their attacking of the offensive glass has also been a success story. All game long, they've been committed to finding those second chance opportunities.
Houston in the lead. Ball, the pass to Carmelo. Three-pointer. And Ball gets it to go on the assist by Anthony. Ball's got 46 points.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
Yeah, he's feeling it. Keep feeding him until he misses.
Olajuwon's checked in for Houston. No good on that one. And the second free throw, good.
That one miss was huge. He had a chance to turn this into a one-possession game.
Back to Anthony. Fires for three. Rebound, Minnesota. Gobert's got rebound number 13 with that last one. For three, Edwards. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Edwards got 6 here in this quarter.
He's a guy that lives for a big moment like that. Great focus and courage in the clutch.
And sometimes as a point guard, you gotta take things into your own hands.
Yeah, right. It's okay to be selfish when you have a chance like that.
Well, if he's calling his own number, there's a reason for it. They respect the decision-making from him out there.
Good on both.
You might want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
And good that time. Ball's got 50 points.
And he's really a smart offensive player. You have to respect Ball's strong sense for when to take that jumper. And that is a big loss for this team. This game's still in the balance, and he's someone they always want in there at crunch time.
Houston making a switch. Beal's checked in. Anthony against McDaniel. No good on the quick three.
And maybe, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him that he's up off the threes.
To take the lead. Here's Gobert. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Guys, they're holding on to the slimmest of leads.
Yeah, and you can't afford to let that thing get any slimmer. Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
The latest now from our... Sideline reporter David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during break. He begged his players to keep it simple out there. Told them one possession at a time. Don't look at the scoreboard. What's most important is running our plays and being aggressive defensively. We'll see if they can follow that game plan. Guys?
Thanks, David.
He gets them to within one possession, but that miss puts a lot of pressure on their defense.
Anthony with the bucket.
I mean, who else do you want taking this shot? Anthony, a natural scorer in any situation.
And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
2.
Good on the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And Edwards drops them both.
And that makes it a one-possession game, guys. Got to be the biggest free throws of the game thus far.
Here's Ball. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
So much drive in this game. Ball wants to beat you and make you feel it. Now they're going for the jugular. A few more trips like that, and we might be able to see this one in the books.
Gets the first. That brings them within 5. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Nice work there. This is a point in the game where if you get a chance to close the gap, you've got to make the most of it.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Anthony's got 40 points.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face. How about Randall? Dependable big in a big moment.
Houston leading by 5. Anthony down low, defended by Gobert. Offensive rebound. Pass to Anthony. Over Gobert. Anthony's shot is off. 44 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Randall, it drops. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
This is who you go to in the clutch. Randall stepping up big time.
Here's Anthony. Good.
And Carmelo is a gamer. When the game is close, this guy wants the ball and, more importantly, delivers in the clutch.
Houston making a switch here. Rose is checked in. He hits the first one, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And Edwards drops them both. 34 seconds left in the fourth. And Olajuwon has got the ball here for Houston. They've led by as much as 10.
Points are an absolute must here.
Can't come away empty. That would be the nail in the coffin.
Here's Edwards. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
And this is Edwards' game. When he's aggressive in trying to score, it really puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
And Edwards drops them both. Here's Houston now. They lead by 1. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2. And so both free throws are good. And it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, how about the nerves there? Those free throws put them in a very good position. 3 points clear.
To McDaniels. Back to Conley. Over in the corner, Randall. Over Anthony. Randall no good. And Phil Jackson wants a timeout. Ball from long range. No good that time. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. And so it's a narrow victory for Houston, pulling it out for the double. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for him.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply deflate an entire building.
And that'll do it, folks. So for David Aldridge, Craig Anthony.
Second game. Home team foul. Jalen Brunson. First personal foul. First team foul. Home team foul. Devin Booker. First personal foul.
Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be Houston going up against the Rockets. Brian Anderson with you. Hall of Famers Doris Burke and Grant Hill joining us tonight, along with the fourth member of our team, Allie LaForce. So the Houston starting five. We've got Smith. He's out there with ball. And it's Nowitzki in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Houston, Van Vliet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Dylan Brooks is out there with Alperon Şengün. And it's Thompson in at the 3. Now here's Brooks. Şengün passes to Green. And blocked with his palm. What a defensive play. Pass to Anthony. Lets it go from deep. Drains the triple.
His three-point shot can be streaky from game to game and season to season, but Melo's certainly a threat from out there.
And given LaMelo Ball is 6'7", how does this give him an advantage at his position, Grant?
Well, B.A., he's able to score on smaller guards, as well as see over them and find his teammates. His height and quick decision-making are real weapons. You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense, given